The relation between the United States Central Intelligence Agency or the CIA and Indonesia runs like a dark thread through the archipelago's turbulent political history, weaving patterns of intervention that continues to cast shadows over contemporary events. As Indonesia faces its most violent protest in decades, with at least 8 people dead and thousands arrested amid widespread unrest over government corruption and inequality, whispers of foreign manipulation echoes through the streets. Whispers that recall a bloody past where American interference helped orchestrate one of the 20th century's most devastating genocides. The CIA's involvement in Indonesian affairs began in earnest during the Cold War, when the agency viewed world's largest archipelago as a crucial battleground against communist expansion. In 1958, the CIA backed armed rebellions against President Sukarno's government, providing weapon, training, and air support through American pilots like Alan Pope, who was eventually captured while conducting bombing operations that killed Indonesian soldiers and also civilians. Certain reports also suggest that the agency went so far that they produced a pornographic film featuring Sukarno look-alike, hoping to discredit the independent leader, though the film was never used. But it was in 1965 that American intervention reached its most sinister depths, when General Suharto accused the Indonesian Communist Party of organizing a coup attempt following the murder of 6 army officers. The CIA provided crucial support for what would become the campaign of systematic extermination. Now, declassified documents revealed that the CIA agents supplied communication equipment to help Suharto spread false reports blaming the communists, while embassy officials provided lists containing approximately 5,000 names of suspected communist operatives to the Indonesian military. The resulting massacre claimed between 5 lakhs to 1 million lives, as the Indonesian army, paramilitary groups, and religious organizations hunted down not only Communist Party members but also suspected sympathizers, ethnic Chinese, and members of women's organizations. The CIA's financial support for Suharto's forces during this period helped establish a dictatorship that would rule Indonesia for 31 years, serving American Cold War interests while suppressing Indonesian democracy. Fast forward to the present crisis, and the spectre of foreign manipulation has once again emerged in Indonesian political discourse. Most notably, President Prabowo Subianto himself, who is the former son-in-law of Suharto, has repeatedly suggested that foreign powers have historically undermined Indonesian sovereignty. In fact, in a speech at the National Mandate Party Congress, Prabowo declared that Indonesia was on the verge of a takeoff that was real in '98. But were undermined by foreign powers. His reference to 1998, when the Suharto regime finally collapsed amid widespread protests, carries particular weight given his own controversial role during that period. Well, it is against the historical backdrop that the November 2024 meeting between President Prabowo and then CIA Director William Burns in Washington takes on added significance. In fact, the closed-door meeting with Burns, accompanied by other CIA officials, produced no publicly disclosed details. This opacity has only fueled speculation among Indonesians who remain deeply suspicious of American intelligence activities in their country. The timing of the meeting shortly before Prabowo's talk with former US President Biden suggests discussion on strategic cooperation. But the lack of transparency recalls earlier eras when CIA operations in Indonesia were conducted entirely in the shadows. The current wave of protests, which began over lawmakers' excessive housing allowances but have evolved into broader expression of anger over inequality and police brutality, has already prompted theories of foreign manipulation among the Indonesian public. When tens of thousands took to the streets in August 2024 to protest parliamentary actions that undermined constitutional court ruling, some political figures, including Prabowo himself, suggested foreign intervention was at play. These allegations, dismissed as belittling by protesters, nonetheless reflect a persistent Indonesian belief that external powers continue to meddle in their domestic affairs. The current crisis may ultimately be solved through domestic political processes, but the underlying question of foreign influence, real or perceived, will likely to continue to haunt Indonesian politics for generations to come. In a country where the CIA's past interventions helped unleash forces that claimed 1 million lives, even the most routine intelligence cooperation inevitably carries the weight of that bloody history.